Hey, we're coming out of our executive session for real estate discussion. We'll move back into open session, and our first item up is a Parks and Trails Advisory Committee interview. We have Bill Long with us from the Hoodsport area, who's interviewing with us today for a position on the Parks and Trails Advisory Board. Bill, appreciate stepping up. Basically, how this works is we have a series of questions that the commissioners will ask, kind of round robin style. No right or wrong answers. Just looking for your thoughts, your opinion on the questions, and look forward to going through these with you. So I'll get us started. Commissioner Netherland, if you'd go second, and then Commissioner Trask, if you'd go third. Bill, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, let me get my audio up. Oh, there we go.
Right. Excellent. All right, Bill, our first question. How familiar are you with the Mason County Park System?
I've been working with the advisory board since last April, basically on the Foothills proposal for a dog park. And so I've been attending the meeting since last April. And so I'm familiar with the people. I've discussed a little bit with Andrew Kinney, who's retiring, and got his input into some of the details of the board. Up until recently, I've just been a user in Foothills Park, and some of the other parks that I visited, and I've seen that the board seems to be doing an excellent job on keeping the parks up to par, and I'm pleased to be offered an opportunity to work with them.
Thank you, Bill. So, Bill, what do you see as a function of the Parks and Trails Advisory Board?
I think it's basically to give some citizen input as to the commissioners and to the Parks Administration, John Taylor and Carl Olson, and give them some citizen input as to what requirements are and what needs to be done.
Great, thanks, Bill. Why are parks and recreation services important to you?
Oh my gosh, I'm a big user of parks, especially lately Foothills. I've got my dog up there almost daily, and I missed it this morning because I knew she would take a little bit longer, and I'd probably be late for this meeting. But the Mason Lake, we love Mason Lake Park, and I was not aware that we had 31 parks. So I believe that the recreational abilities of the citizens allowing being able to visit Mason County parks is really needed.
Bill, do you have any skills and or experience that would benefit the county's Parks Department as a member of the advisory board?
Yes, actually, in my background, I was in Pierce County, and I'm still the president of a group called Sun Dogs, Safe, Unleash, and Natural. I was on the Pierce County Master Site Plan Committee for Chambers Bay Regional Park as a representative of Sun Dogs. We've gone through 2 10-year master site plans working with Pierce County, and basically also on developing the children's play area at Chambers Bay Regional Park. So I think my background skills, leadership skills as president of Sun Dogs. I've been a president of South County Lions Club, Scoutmaster, Navy Chief for 3 years. So I have the leadership skills in the background, I believe, to be able to work with the committee.
So Bill, I think you already answered this one, but we'll ask you because the question, why do you want to sit on this advisory board?
Basically, not only for the dog park issues, but as I've been in the meetings in the last several months, I've seen some of the other issues that have come up, some of the issues that Andrew Kinney has brought up, and the people that are on the advisory board have brought up quite a few different issues. And I think it really requires citizen input to develop the parks and keep everything moving.
All right, great. Thanks, Bill. So now we'll ask a scheduling question. The board currently meets on the fourth Thursday of each month at 5:15 p.m. Will that be a problem?
No, not at all. I've been there the last 4 meetings.
Bill, do you have any conflicts of interest that might arise by serving on the board?
I before I even did this at the last meeting, I asked the board if my serving as a president of the Sun Dogs over at Pierce County and as the secretary treasurer of the Friends of Lake Cushman Dog Park, if that would be of any conflict of interest. And they said, as long as I am not paid, and we are a 501c3, none of the board is paid, that would not be a conflict of interest, and it would actually work along with some of the development of dog parks within Mason County. So
Personally on that one, Bill, if something came up with your projects and your stuff, I would expect you just to recuse yourself. But I think we're already past that on some of the stuff that we've talked about as a commission and moving forward with one of your desires. I think that's all in the past. That's not something coming up in the future. With that, is there anything else that you could tell us about yourself related to the interest in serving on this board?
Well, just that after attending the last several meetings and seeing the issues that come up, I think I could participate, and with my background at development of dog park in University Place, and my background, I think I could make a good
All right, great. Well, Bill,
input.
one last question. Do you have any questions for us?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I've attended a few of the meetings too, and I'm really enthused about the commissioners and the support that we've gotten. I'm honored to be considered for this position.
We're honored to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bill, appreciate you stepping up. And of course, all the work that you've done leading up to this has been, I think, really helpful to us and I think a benefit to the community. So if you don't have anything else, that's the end of our questions for you. Typically, we'll take a little bit of time to deliberate and then make a decision. And then Diane, probably from our office, will be back in touch with you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Okay, commissioners, any discussion on that, or do you want to table for a little later and revisit during commissioner discussion, or you good with moving forward?
I'm good with moving forward.
I am as well.
That's unanimous. Bill, I see you're still on. So congratulations. Our intent would be to appoint you to the Parks Advisory Board at our next commission meeting, probably in 2 weeks. unless Diane tells us tomorrow.
Okay, thank you so much.
So we'll get a little bit more information on that to you, but so there's Diane.
The appointment will be on the 25th. Yes.
Great. All right, so we will take official action on this in 2 weeks, Bill, and in the meantime, appreciate your involvement. Okay. Moving on, our next item is support services. Mark.
Good morning, Commissioners. Getting started with John Taylor. Is John on? Yep. John, you want to talk about some of our grants?
I do. Thank you, Commissioners. I have 2 items to bring before you. They're both with emergency management and grants that we've been approved but need extensions for. We applied in November of 2020 for the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program and was awarded, which the contract ran through January 2020 to February 2020 after the storm. We had to do an extension with that, waiting for the contract. However, we just got the contract from the state. Let me see, what was the date? September 29th. So what happened is the grant was first at 75-25 split, and then because of the storm, they reduced that. So right now our split is 90% federal government, 5% state, 5% to the county, which required an amendment to the contract. We finally got that in September 29th. And now we're going out and asking that we be allowed to go out for contract to find a contractor to do the actual plan itself. We were awarded $85,000. So that is our request.
Supportive?
Yep, me too.
Great, I am as well.
The second piece is Emergency Management Performance Grant Contract E2020-136 amended. This grant is awarded by the Department of Homeland Security through the State of Washington Military Department. We received reimbursement for this, and we're continuing with the grant. No additional budget impacts would hit us. Their award is for $35,738. And we're asking that the amendment be approved so that we can extend the contract to complete the requirements of the grant.
I'm good.
Same.
I am as well. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Commissioners. That's all I have.
And Commissioners, one of these, I can't remember, I think it's the EMPG. John, don't we need to have it on tomorrow's meeting? Because we need to go out for the consultant. Okay, so we'll put the EMPG on tomorrow's agenda. If that's okay with the board.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mark, I think you're muted.
I bet you what he's saying is just incredibly intelligent. If there he goes, now we'll be able to find out exactly how awesome it was.
I was just trying to distract you guys for a second because Jen was on the phone.
2 weeks ago.
So Jen, do you want to talk about the vehicle that was wrecked?
Yes, thank you. So Commissioners, we have a request to order a replacement for a wrecked K9 vehicle. Vehicle number 73 was involved in an accident and it's been declared a total loss. And so we're requesting to order a new Ford Explorer in the 2023 rates. And so that would increase the rates by for next year by $44,500 if approved.
Mr. Chair, I see this as a very high priority job specific vehicle. I'd like to see us do it ASAP, but even more than that, I'd like to see if we can make sure that we move the upfitting to the front, as this is a vehicle, as I said, is job specific, and we all know how important that K9 is to be out there and to have it fully functioning correctly. So I'd ask that we get it on the agenda ASAP and we, like I said, prioritize it over others for upfit.
You kind of took the words out of my mouth, but there were quite a few more words that you said that I wouldn't have added in. I would have just asked about the upfit. Is it possible that some of the upfit can be reused?
Maybe that would be a question for Chief Dracaby.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that framework on that vehicle is not going to fit into the newer vehicle, so we're going to have to get a whole new set of K9 equipment into it. Bits and pieces can be reused, but not a whole lot of it.
Okay, good to know. No, I support it. I'm just curious about that.
Okay, great. Well, if there's no other questions, then I'll work on getting the vehicle order on the next agenda. Probably not tomorrow, I wouldn't think, but if we're able to, do you want me to get it on tomorrow's?
Yeah, if you can, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do my best. Thank you. That's all that I have.
And the same
Thank
with
you all.
outfitting, whatever process it would take to put that as our next priority for upfit.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Jim. All right, so now we'll get back to the Mary. He's going to talk about a contract amendment for Kavita, who is helping us with some of our union negotiation contracts.
Morning, Commissioners. Have in front of you for briefing and also action agenda our professional services agreement with Kavita. We executed earlier this year, and due to additional agreements that are opening for negotiations in 2022, we need to start the process and collect data as soon as possible. We're also needing some additional time for contracts which have moved to mediation. So we're looking for an amendment to the current professional services agreement to include an additional $20,000.
I support that 100%.
100%. I'll steal your word this time.
I think we're all good there.
Great, thank you. So the next item on the list is wanted to brief the board on a request from Capital Land Trust to divest Mason County's interest in the Decker Creek Wetlands Complex. So in your briefing packet, you'll see the information about this 500-acre wetlands complex that we acquired in 2006. $1.3 million, but the county did not actually pay any of that. So at the time, the funding mechanism that was being used to purchase this land did not allow a nonprofit entity to be the owner. And so Mason County partnered with Capital Land Trust to take ownership of this land. Those rules have since changed, and it now allows nonprofits like the Capital Land Trust to hold title. And currently, Capital Land Trust monitors the property and actually goes out there and walks the property, I think at least annually, and gives us a report. Staff did talk with Tim Whitehead, and he did not have any concerns. So,
Commissioners, if possible, I'd like to ask that this be tabled for a couple of weeks so I can have some further discussion with Mark so you can disseminate some information to the rest of the commission. Just
Okay.
for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, not a problem with me, Commissioner
Thank
Trapp.
you.
No problem.
okay. I can do that. And that is it for me.
Okay.
But there was an error on the agenda. I apologize. I think it had Mary's name on there, but got that taken care of. Now we have Dave Windom from Public Health.
And Commissioners, I just want to make sure it's announced that this afternoon's budget workshops are being rescheduled to Wednesday. We'll update the schedule on the website, but if anybody is on here or looking for that, it'll start Wednesday at 11.
And a special thank you to the commission for allowing for that change. My apologies, somehow there was a mistake and there's a misunderstanding on when my chemo treatments were. So thank you very much for being, because I would have skipped my chemo if we needed to. So thank you very much for being open-minded and moving things around. I do know that some of you had to actually make adjustments to your calendar, so my apologies.
No worries.
No problem.
Okay, good morning, commissioners.
Morning.
So we have a couple of really quick things. We have an application received for vacant citizen position on the Mason County Clean Water District Advisory Committee. And we have this, the application is enclosed here. This is for Arthur Whitson. And looking to bring this to the action agenda or do interviews if that's the county's choice to do that as well. So.
I know who this is and I've met with the person. This is actually a commissioner in Greatview, correct?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, Port Commissioner in Greatview. So I don't know if the other commissioners already know the person. I'd be open-minded to either one. This has been open for since we created it, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable appointing Mr. Whitson, Commissioner Whitson.
Yep, I'm fine with that too.
Okay. And then the other thing, last week I sent out the RFP for the finishing up of the MOA with the Squaxin tribe, sent it out to individual contractors. We'd also like to put out a public notice and put that on the action agenda for tomorrow if we may. And Mackenzie's got that all ready to go. We just need to plug that onto the action agenda.
Sounds good.
What is this versus the action that we already took? On the,
No, we already took the action approving the RFP, but it didn't get put onto a public notice. So it got into it was sent out, but not in a public notice. So
That makes more sense. I was trying to figure that out too, Commissioners.
Yeah,
So we had a mistake. We're fixing our mistake and moving forward. Is that what I'm understanding?
yep.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to lose any more time on this. So if Mackenzie already has everything. I would be open to approving that tomorrow.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, we'll do that. And that's all I have.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, looks like next up we have Public Works. Mike?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Loretta's on vacation, well deserved. So up first we have is a request to set a hearing and update the resolution for designating county roads as permanent roads. So permanent roads are roads that are less than 180 T. They're usually gravel, and the key there is they're not signed, so there's no warning sign. So what we would like to do is remove California Road off of this list from milepost 00 to 1.3. We just chip sealed that. It is striped, it is signed, and it looks great. So, and then also would like to remove Sunnyside Road. We just chip sealed another mile of that. We're going to go ahead and sign the rest of the road because it's on our list for next year to finish the conversion of the entire road to chip seal.
That's very cool. I like it.
Good with me, Commissioner Donovan?
Yep.
So in doing so, we need to establish a speed limit too. So we'll have a public hearing for both roads, California and Sunnyside. Dave is recommending that we post them at 25 mile an hour because of the horizontal curves and some vertical issues, but we determined that that'll be a safe speed. And so we'd like to set a hearing and make that a recommendation.
Sounds good.
Good with
Yep.
me?
And lastly, most important is for me is a Adopt a Road. Lake Limerick Community Club is requesting to adopt Mason Lake Road from milepost 2.24 to 3.63, and adopt an agreement for them to maintain the sides of the road.
I love this. Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah, no, supportive of moving this forward and appreciate the community stepping up.
Okay.
And then for a discussion item, Richard, are you here? No.
So we got Justin.
He's here.
I am, but Justin's gonna go ahead and spearhead this.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike. Morning, commissioners. Just letting you know that we're planning on replacing the pressure reducing valve in Russellwood next week, starting the 17th. Hopefully, we're going to have it all done and buttoned up on Wednesday. With that, we're going to have some traffic revisions just going down to one lane from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Wednesday. There'll be a couple temporary water shutoffs just in the meantime while we're disconnecting things and putting the installation in of the PRVs. But hopefully nothing anymore. It's the contractors at least saying about 6 to 8 hours. So we're already in the works of communicating with the HOA. I've communicated with them last week. We've got a reader board currently out there now notifying the public. And then, yeah, we're just going to plan on putting some stuff on the website just to keep people informed. Any questions?
No.
Perfect.
I'm supportive, but stay on for a minute for commissioner comments at the end.
Justin, I have a quick question for you. You said 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., but on the documentation, it says 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So is it 7 or 9?
The water service shut off would be like 9 to 4. That way we're going to wait till people get their morning business taken care of, getting ready for work. And then that's what we're probably, if we're going to do any shutoffs, well, we will be doing shutoffs. We're going to be turning it off at like around 9 a.m. Something like that. So a majority of the people can get their shower and then everything done for their morning. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
7 a.m. is just traffic.
Correct.
9 a.m. is when you can expect to have your water service disrupted. Okay.
Correct. Yep. Thanks for clarifying that, Mark.
Cool. Great. Mike, anything else? Richard?
Just a couple upcoming events. Mason Lake Road #1, the pave job that's supposed to start on Monday, the 17th. So there will be traffic reduction, but they'll get in there. They plan on getting it done in a week. So they're going to get that mile pave job done. And then the clear zone project, we have a pre-construction meeting on Wednesday this week, and they're actually supposed to start their project on the 31st of October. So those two are federal projects we were concerned about running into next year, but they're going to get started, and hopefully they'll get them completed this year.
Cool.
And then just a quickie on the road crew. We're out at Harstein Island reconstructing gravel shoulders. We're up on the North Shore on Virginia Street doing turnarounds and pavement repairs. We're on the North Shore doing bucket truck brushing this week too. We just did Cole Avenue, the railroad crossing, and it turned out great. The guys did a good job. And so we're trying to wrap up a lot of things in the last bit of weather we have here.
Yeah, quick comment on the Cole Road. It is awesome. It's so nice.
It's quite a bit better than it was.
Oh, so much better. Yeah, please tell the crew that they did an amazing job, and I'm getting phone calls from people praising their work. So thank you.
Great. That's all I got.
Commissioners, anything for staff?
Yes, please. A couple of different things. One, I've talked to Loretta, but mentioned to Mike, just a reminder, if somebody can send me over some information, what we need to do, the Port of Great Views area, that road area, to look at how to move forward with options and getting the numbers that we need. Just a reminder to please consider looking at pricing for used pump trucks. A crane truck perhaps a mechanic's truck that, strong enough to lift a motor will be strong enough to lift those pumps, and look at bypass valves and pumps for the North Bay and the Lakeland Village area. This other one is more for a question for the commission to consider. We just received an email saying that we're going to be receiving some extra money for some timber. Whose district was Southside? A school district.
Mine.
It's yours. I'm wondering if we can maybe get a price for what it would take to do the shoulder improvements as they requested, and see if maybe that money might be spent augmenting that project, so it doesn't affect their budget, but yet gets it done. Just a consideration I wanted to throw out there when I saw that money available.
I think that's definitely something we could talk about. If we can help them out, that would be awesome. Keep our kids safe.
So first thing we have to do is get some type of a breakdown of what it would look like, price, timing, and the like. So can we ask staff to get that for us and bring it to us?
And this road is?
Right outside the south side school.
Yep. Okay.
The widening, I think you were in the room which they were talking, just the widening of the shoulders and what that would look like.
Yep, we can get an estimate on that. Yep.
That's all I had.
Okay. Richard, I guess one question that I had is just kind of maybe an update on our transfer stations and staffing that you're anticipating for the week. I think you've done a good job of getting some of that information out last week and over the weekend, in particular with Belfair and Union, but just wanted to know if you had any updates for us.
Yeah. Kevin has actually shuffled around his staff a little bit more. He's working with them directly. And we had interviews last week. We have a really good potential candidate that we're looking at. We're waiting for Loretta to get back to pull the trigger. And we should have a new person on staff here very shortly. So things are looking better. Staff's a little happier. So we feel we're getting some more cooperation.
Okay. Well, definitely continue to keep us posted. Appreciate that.
Oh, you bet. You bet. It's been, I know it's frustrating for me, but I know Kevin has just been at his wit's end trying to keep up with this. And he's done a great job, and he'll continue to do a good job. And I think this next employee will be a great addition to our staffing.
Excellent.
That we're also finishing up cross-training the solid waste operators so they can fill in as attendants when necessary, as well as we have one clerical staff from here at Public Works that we're cross-training too, just to deepen that pool of available people to keep closures from happening.
Hey, Richard, can you also keep us updated on the possibility of the rail strike?
Yeah, right now the last update is we're in good shape. Our long haul driver and Republic Services has left us with no concerns as far as having available cars. So right now the rail strike is not imminent for us. But we'll keep an eye on it.
Great, thank you.
You bet.
Okay, commissioners, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. And I think that brings us to the end of our formal agenda. Moving to commissioner discussion. If there's any additional discussion, commissioners.
Not for me.
No, got nothing.
All right. Well, with that, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed. Motion carries. We are adjourned. We'll see everybody tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
All right.